How are we doing, everyone? It's the afternoon. It's not the morning, which can only mean one thing. We've got an extra stream, and we do because we've got the magic 3 words from Fabrizio. No, it's not I love you. It is here we go, and it is Joshua Zirkzee. By the way, I think I may have fixed the audio issues between the scenes. I was just working on that for like 40 minutes, and I think I managed to get it sorted. So let me know. But this is the news that we wanted. It's the start of the summer. All right, I'm going to run through the full story here on Joshua Zirkzee. You've already seen the transfer profile I did. I'm going to run through it a bit more. But I can see, Stu, you've gifted 10 memberships there. I can see 5 from Chris as well, and I can see 5 from Matt. Let's just get Casemiro out. Come on, people. Welcome to the show. I'm sure there's going to be plenty of you who aren't here normally, but I'm here. Come and get involved.
Good morning.
It's not the morning.
Good morning. Hello.
It feels nice, isn't it? It feels nice. Apparently the sound is good. Come on, this is a double victory. Come on. Anyway, I'm going to run through the story. And Nuruddin, I can see you there, man. Again this morning, you gifted 50. And today you came in strong for the latest Dutchman to arrive at Old Trafford. Old Trafford? United Peoples? Anyway, sorry. Just I know you've just been knocked out by us in the Euros. I don't need to obliterate your accent as well. Anyway, let me run through the story, and then I'll go down to the comments. And Nuruddin, I would play the 50 gifted membership video again, but that was rude, and I got a copyright claim this morning. So I don't think I'll be doing that again. I need to change that video, and I know it's the morning. But anyway, I'm a bit excited. Joshua Zirkzee, let's run through the story here. Fabrizio giving it the 3 words. Here we go. Manchester United will not. That's an interesting. This is basically what I wouldn't say delay, but this is what the conversation here has been about over these last few days. Will Manchester United pay the release clause, which we know was 40 million euros, or will Manchester United agree a different deal? And they have. Man United have agreed to pay slightly more than the 40 million euros, but it means that it works better for our cash flow. If Manchester United had paid the release clause, we would have had to pay that directly, all in one, to Bologna. That wouldn't have been good for our cash flow. I just showed you our cash flow this morning. It is awful. Another 71 million lost in the latest quarterly reports. So United have agreed to pay a little bit more. He's going to sign until 2029. So a 5-year contract. The first signing of the new era. Let's see if Fabrizio's got any more information over on his Instagram. You can't actually see it there. Here we go. Man United agree to sign Joshua Zirkzee. Will not trigger the release clause. Formal steps and medical will now follow. All done. Joshua Zirkzee, ladies and gents. All right? Speak about him in the comments. Fire in your questions. I'm going to go that, man. Nuruddin, man. Love you. I just love you all. I really do. I love United. And it feels like United's on the right. Magmamo, you've gifted 5 memberships. And Hake, you've gifted 10 as well. Legends everywhere in the comments. And hopefully Zirkzee will go on to become a legend at Manchester United. But when we went into the summer, how many of you had Joshua Zirkzee down on your list? I mean, he was on my list, but I just didn't really think that was the exact profile that Manchester United were looking for. Yeah, I'm wrong. I'm wrong indeed. And now we're going to be looking at 2 options. Manchester United going after Serie A strikers. We paid 72 million for Rasmus Højlund, which was excessive. But boy, oh boy, right? And you know, I've been saying this for a while, and maybe it's just the signing of Zirkzee will be the only one, but no, I don't think it will be. Manchester United need to be more physical. Man United need to be able to go into a scrap and actually have a scrap. Manchester United need to be able to shoulder people, to have a little bit of aggression about them. Because we've been pushovers for a long time. I'm not saying that we are signing Zirkzee for that reason, but it's certainly a plus. Now, if you haven't watched it, I would encourage you to go and watch my transfer profile on Joshua Zirkzee. Now that we've got the here we go, I can go a step further, and I will be. Big up to Steve for helping with the research on these, but I'll be doing a how Joshua Zirkzee fits in at Manchester United. We're going to take a look at the characteristics and in-game examples of him playing at Bologna and how that will relate directly to Manchester United and how you might see these two working together. Oh, what is that? They've done that at the same time. Have they done? This is the show of shows, ladies and gentlemen. I thought that I was going to be doing a separate one on this bad boy. Here's an absolute Dutch party in here. Where's my Dutch kit? I'll put it on. We're welcoming everybody to the club. Here we go over there. Here we go over there. It is a triple. It's a triple. Here we go. Come on, people. Welcome Rene Hake and Ruud van Nistelrooy. Man, I'm sorry, Joshua Zirkzee. Boy, he's just been superseded. Well, he hasn't. We can enjoy all three of these at once. This is going to be the show of shows here today. Look at it. It's Ruud van Nistelrooy wearing a United kit again. Now, if that does not put a smile on your face, I do not know what will. But let me read through this. Right, this statement's come out. We're going to go back to hearing about Joshua Zirkzee too. But jeez! Statement from Manchester United. Man United has appointed Rene Hake and Ruud van Nistelrooy as assistant managers of the men's first team to work under Erik ten Hag. Ten Hag saying, I'm delighted that Rene and Ruud have agreed to join our project, adding a wealth of experience, knowledge and energy to the staff. Now is a good time to refresh the coaching team as we look to build on our achievements of the past 2 years. What about Ruud? Is he down here? Ah, there we go. There we go. Right. Dan Ashworth, together with Dan Ashworth, sporting director. That still puts a smile on my face. It's going to take a long time until it doesn't. Together with Eric, we are working to strengthen all areas of our men's first team operations, and refreshing the coaching staff is an important part of that. It's a particular pleasure to welcome Ruud back to the club where he enjoyed so much success as a player, and I know that he and Rene will help reinforce the winning mentality and high standards we are aiming for. A little bit of detail down here. Steve McLaren and Darren Fletcher remain key parts of the staff as senior first team coach. There we go. So this is Steve McLaren's role. We've got it there. Senior first team coach. And we actually spoke about that this morning. I said he'd probably go in as I'm guessing a first team coach. He's down as senior first team coach. And Darren Fletcher is going to be down simply as a first team coach. And we've got confirmation there. Respectively, Mitchell van der Gag and Benny McCarthy have left the club. Anything else down here? That's Ten Hag's goodbye to Mitchell. Mitchell has decided that now is the right time for him to pursue his own ambitions in number one positions. I want to pay tribute to his fantastic service over the past 2 years, and also to Benny for his important contributions. We send them our thanks and best wishes for the future. Mate, ladies and gents, it is all kicking off. Anage, I can see you gifting 5 memberships as well, but I mean, it feels like Man United are not back. That is not what I'm insinuating, but boy, are we back on the right road in the right direction. We've done a U-turn in the last 4 or 5 months. That's what it feels like. Mo's saying define senior first team coach. It would mean that Steve McLaren presumably is in charge of a lot of what goes on the training ground itself. He is the senior first team coach. Remember that Van der Gag was a very hands-on manager. But Ruud, Ruud, come on. Ruud and Zirkzee and Hake, all in a space. I mean, that is a triple here we go. That really is a triple here we go. I'm so excited to see what Ruud is going to do. And I tell you what, am I going to drop it this afternoon? Maybe I'll drop it at 6 p.m. I'm not quite sure. But we have got our deep dive ready on Ruud van Nistelrooy. And I can say probably, I think it's the best video that's ever been produced on United People's TV. It is absolutely top level. And it will tell you everything about Ruud van Nistelrooy's career so far, what he's done since going into coaching to now. And you will really understand far more about Van Nistelrooy and his transition from striker to manager. Hey, triple Dutch. No, it's not double Dutch. We've gone triple Dutch up in here. Don't know how much more Dutch we can get. Busy day. This is the best of days. It's like the best 10 minutes intro that we've ever had to a video. Not only do you have a Zirkzee, here we go, but you get a Hake and you get a Ruud one there. Jeez. Come on, United, man. This doesn't feel like a false dawn. This feels like a new dawn. This feels like the start and the beginning of something wholly different to what we have watched for the last 10 years. Seriously. If we've had all those false dawns, all right, because the Glazers ultimately were in control. They're not in control anymore. And we've got the first signing in. And I'll be honest, I would actually expect a Delict one probably not long after. And that's going to be another one. You know, people are getting angry that oh man, I can't believe that we're just going after former Ajax players and Dutch players. There's a Dutch player there. Now you're going to get a former Ajax player. And then you're going to get 2 Dutch managers in. I love the fact that what I had in my vision, in my head, for what Manchester United would be under Erik ten Hag, in that blend of the best of Ajax and the best of Manchester United. It feels like it's happening now. It feels like it's going to happen. That transitional chaos football you saw last season, that's just going to be a stain on your memory. But that's it. I think it's just going to be a memory. I think the football that we play this season going forward now is going to be far more what we thought we were going to see from Erik ten Hag and the development of Erik ten Hag. That's my personal prediction of what's going to happen. I'm not going to say it's going to work straight away. It might not. It might have some teething problems. I mean, every single coach has teething problems. And I'd be surprised if you bring in two new assistant managers and it doesn't have teething problems. Because that's 3 managers we've got now. Rene Hake was literally just the manager of Go Ahead Eagles, resigned to come to join United. Van Nistelrooy has managed PSV and was in talks to become Burnley's manager. And both of them have turned those opportunities down to become assistants to work under Erik ten Hag. That's a sign that they've got some belief in what they can see. Yeah, put that transitional chaos ball in the bin. Just boot it out the back door. I never want to see it again. I want to see Manchester United on the transition, but not as the main premise of play. You should be able to use the transition as a weapon to catch people off guard, not just do that as your main style of play, which is exactly what they're doing. Should we go back and talk about Zirkzee? I don't know. I'm probably more excited about Rude. Simply like, mate, he's not on the ball, actually. I took him down. Sorry, Rude. That is rude of me. I'm excited about Zirkzee. But I think Zirkzee's going to have to... He doesn't have to prove himself to me. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm going to have to really watch how he plays at United to really understand exactly how he's going to fit in. I know his characteristics and his style of play. He's not a number 9. He's kind of got characteristics of a number 10, but in the frame of a target man. It's just got a combination of everything. What's going on here? Oh, David Ornstein's getting involved now. It is an absolute party. Come on. I mean, come on. If you're not subscribed to United People's TV, you're never going to do it unless you subscribe right now. David Ornstein has just tweeted a little bit of an update. Let's get some more information. Come on, people. Joshua Zirkzee to undergo Manchester United on Friday. I'm guessing he means medical. On Friday ahead of a transfer. Zirkzee will undergo a United medical on Friday ahead of his proposed transfer. With the Netherlands eliminated. You're welcome, by the way, United fans. Thank you very much, England. Zirkzee will fly to the UK on Thursday evening, tonight, baby, ahead of his medical. United have not triggered. Oh, there you go. We've got a price. Manchester United are going to pay 2.5 million euros more, but stagger those payments over 3 years. There you go. That's just, again, smart business acumen from Manchester United, really. There were 2 choices. Pay 40 million, and you can have that up front now, or we'll give you an extra 2.5 million if we can spread that money over the next 3 years. Now, I suppose Man United are lucky that Bologna aren't desperate for all the cash up front now. Otherwise, we probably would have had to pay that. That's a good question down there from Barman saying, predictions on Zirkzee's shirt number. Fire them in the comments. What do you think Zirkzee's shirt number would be? I personally think that we're going to see Rasmus Højlund get the number 9. I don't know what number he was. What number was he? What was he at Bologna? Let's have a quick look. Zirkzee, Bologna, shirt number. Man, this is the stream of streams. Oh, he was number 9 at Bologna. Ooh. Well, I don't know, really. Was he number 9? They got number 9 there. I think he was number 9. Oh, 11's going to be free. Yeah, Greenwood's gone. Surely. Surely you're looking at 9 and 11 there. I would say 9 to Højlund and 11 to Zirkzee. Personal prediction. Was Greenwood 11? I swear Greenwood was 11. Am I making it up? I can't remember. Anyway, he's going to be flying in tonight. You might get the photos of Zirkzee, I don't know, somehow, at Manchester Airport tonight. The medical tomorrow. No messing about. The preseason has just started. Of course, Zirkzee won't be getting involved in preseason until preseason because he's just finished with the Euros with Holland, and presumably he's just going to go on extended break. Manchester United's first game of the preseason is on Monday, so we should have Zirkzee all completed and a Manchester United player. But is Højlund 11 now? I can't remember. Let me just quickly pull up the bloody shirt numbers. It's hard to remember this off the top of your head. Is he 11 now? Players. This is why we can do this. Who's down here? Oh, yeah, Højlund's already 11. Well, maybe I'm wrong then. If Højlund's already 11, then Zirkzee's 9. Well, that's easy. Joshua Zirkzee, Manchester United's new number 9. Simple as that. But what game do we think that... Let's have a little prediction. What game do we... I'm going to leave that there. What game do we think we will see Zirkzee make his Manchester United... Well, no, it's not debut, but first appearance in a Manchester United shirt. I'm going to presume the pre-season tour. So, or Arsenal, maybe. And if not Arsenal, Real Betis. Because that's the first game of the actual tour, isn't it? Where is that? Yeah, that's in the Sophie Stadium. That's in Edinburgh. He won't be involved in those two. I imagine Arsenal. Was it against Arsenal that Onana made his debut last pre-season? I think it was. It might have been. Anyway, you're probably looking at Manchester United's new number 9 there. Quite a few of you are saying Arsenal down there. Stephen, you think it might be Rangers. I doubt it would be Rangers, man. You imagine that. He's just finished the Euros after a long, long season. Got the whole way to the semi-final. Joins Manchester United. And 8 days after getting knocked out, he's expected to play against Rangers. That's not even a slight holiday. Dude needs rest. Let him go and rest, and then come back to Manchester United fully fit. But I'm proper hyped for this summer, man. I really am. I know I get hyped, and I know I can get overhyped easy. We all get carried away. All right, it's not really too much of a problem, but it feels like Manchester United are being methodical this summer. It feels like Manchester United actually know what they're doing this summer. So much so that we've now got Zirkzee, but instead of paying that full release clause up front, we're paying an extra $2.5 million. We're paying an extra $2.5 million. And that means we can spread it over 3 years. That helps our accounts. Nuruddin, I didn't forget that you gifted 50 memberships, dude. Honestly, thank you so, so much. And to Hakan as well, and to Gungshi. All of you. Let's just get a celebratory Casemiro out. Doesn't really work as much because it's not in the morning, but it's still funny. That's all I would say.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello.
To be fair, quite a few of you in the comments there's fair points. You're saying, oh, Sam, he's already had a bit of a rest because he hardly got played at the Euros. And that's kind of fair enough. But still, he was involved in training. He was there. He was at work. He couldn't switch off. I imagine he goes and gets 7 days. But ladies and gents, I mean, it's just, I've just got a big old smile on my face, man. I've just got a big old smile on my face. That's such a... I think some people are downplaying the importance of what this sort of symbolizes in Van Nistelrooy and Hake, because that's both assistants replaced. That's Ineos saying, look, Eric, we trust you to be sort of the manager right now, but what's going on that training ground, it's not good enough. It's not right. And we don't think that the people and the personnel there are correct. And now we've got 2 new assistant managers, and the 2 assistant managers that existed last season, Steve McLaren is there as a first team coach. So effectively he's been demoted, and I don't mean that in a horrible way, but he's been demoted. He's gone somewhere else. And now we've got 2 former managers in as assistants to work underneath Erik ten Hag. So that's going to have to be a collaborative process, all right? They're not going to come in and say, oh, what do you want us to do, Eric? Okay, we'll go and do it for you. They're going to have their own ideas, their own philosophies, and you'll learn a lot more about Rudes if you watch a deep dive. Maybe we'll drop it at 6, but that feels like content overload. I don't want this video to get buried. I'm going to read a few of your comments out down here. Vic saying, new beginnings at United, onwards and upwards. It's really what it feels like. Any updates on the medical staff? We spoke at them this morning. 2 of them got sacked and booted out. I'm glad I managed to get the audio fixed. And I'll be honest, we're on course for the merch being launched tomorrow as well. Let me see what else is being said, what else is being reported. Oh, look at that. I feel like a kid in a sweet shop. I feel like a kid in a sweet shop. I don't know why I'm singing that. I know why I'm singing. Honestly, the best striker that we have had in the Premier League, man. The single best striker we've had at our club in the Premier League. 150 goals in 219 games. Is back at our club as an assistant manager and at the right time in his career. He's already proven himself at the top level with PSV, but he still has so much more to develop and learn. And having Van Nistelrooy just teaching, having Rude teaching these two, man, I feels like a bit of a cheat code, if I'm being completely honest. Højlund's got all the natural... The best elements of Højlund's natural game for me are his positioning, the runs he makes in the box. He's kind of always in the right place at the right time. I think he can definitely work on his finishing, but it's not as if his finishing's awful. We saw quite a few, especially weak-footed finishes last season. You know, that one that he did against Spurs, was it West Ham? Cut him to the other foot. Anyway, he will definitely improve learning from Rude. And Zirkzee is going to be a really interesting one to watch where he fits into the team. I reckon there's going to be games next season where you see Garnacho drop to the bench and you see Manchester United play with proper split strikers, Højlund and Zirkzee. And I believe last season in Serie A, Joshua Zirkzee was second out of all attackers in terms of winning the ball back in the opposition's final third. So like pressing the ball and winning. It's something he's very naturally good at. He's got the engine. It's not like trying to get Martial to run around through treacle. Zirkzee does that naturally. But those two, learning from that man, I'm so excited to watch that development. Man, Rude's back in the club, man. Rude. I'm not saying 4-4-2. It's more like 4-2-2-2. And I think we use the split strikers really... Well, it wasn't actually split strikers. It was more like a 4-2-4 against City. Man... What a triple here we go that is. I mean, you're not going to get better than that. It's probably going to be one of the best shows we do all summer. Hopefully we're going to get another here we go for Delict. Maybe within a week. Maybe within a week. We don't quite know. But for anybody who's just tuning in, welcome to United People's TV. Make sure you please do subscribe. I like to think that we're a cracking community here. And I want you to be part of it. But we've got the here we go from Fabrizio Romano. Manchester United are going to pay 42.5 million euros for Zirkzee. And ladies and gents, remember that we're probably paying, I would say, a minimum of 7.5 on top for the agent. So maybe it'll be 50 million all in. Or maybe it'll be a little bit more. Either way, it's not just 42.5 million. And the 42.5 being confirmed here by David Ornstein. Anything else in this article? Let's have a quick look. Zirkzee will sign a 5-year contract, as reported by The Athletic. That deal would include an option for another 12 months. Just a little bit of information there about him. But yeah, let me refresh that. I imagine they've updated the headline. Nope, he's just going to undergo Manchester United. Zirkzee. Rude. Hake. Come on, man. And we've got a sporting director. And by the way, in 2 days' time, don't even forget this. In 2 days' time, our CEO starts. Omar Barada. So come Monday, we're going to have a new CEO, a new sporting director, 2 new assistant managers, a new head physio. What else have I forgotten? Technical director, he was already in. We've got Chris Vavell, who's the new director of global talent, Manchester United is starting to sound and feel like a modern football club. That's what it sounds like. Of course, how will that translate on the pitch? We'll find out. Preseason is going to be quite telling. As much as I hate preseason, I like preseason because especially in this one, because I'm going to get to watch what are the tweaks and differences that we can see now that Man United have got Hake and Ruud in compared to how we played before. Where can we see that Van Nistelrooy, he loves having wingers with width. He loves creating overloads on the wings, so the team moving across at once. The press is going to have to become so much better. So much better. Justin, you're saying who's going to be the forward coach? There won't be a forward coach now. We had an attacking coach before, but now we've got Ruud van Nistelrooy in as an assistant manager. You don't need a separate attacking coach. You've got Ruud van Nistelrooy in as your assistant manager. He will do that. Right, some more info from Fabrizio, which is basically, I believe, what David Ornstein's already reported. But let's pull this up anyway. Right, more details on the Zirkzee deal from Fabrizio. Medical will take place on Friday. Face-to-face meeting with Erik ten Hag. Contract until June 2029 with the extra 1 year. And 42.5 million paid instead of 40 million. That is absolutely slap bang in what I expected on the prices of players that we would sign this summer. Manchester United need a collection of players that we spend between 40 and 50 million. And that is exactly where he falls in. And it's exactly where I believe De Ligt is going to fall into as well. I believe he probably will be number 9. I think he will be number 9. I think that's very good. Isn't that around about half the price of what we paid for Rasmus Højlund? I think it is. Of course, the release clause makes that easier. Right? If the release clause didn't exist, Man United would be paying more. So it's not particularly. It's a little bit of an anomaly in that sense. Someone sent a super chat. Let me read this bad boy out. Andy's saying, "Come on, United, Ruud, my childhood hero." My childhood hero was Solskjaer. Solskjaer and Giggs were my two favourite players. We can't speak about Giggs anymore, and no one even imagine that. Like the record appearance holder for your football club, and no one even speaks about him anymore. Deservedly so. Anyway, Solskjaer and Giggs are my two, but Ruud was my guy. Striker. They don't make him better than him. They really don't. I've said this before, but he scored 1 goal outside the box in his whole Manchester United career. He scored like 62 goals in 88 appearances in European football. That is nuts. It's really, really nuts. Ricky, you're saying your favourite was Scholes. No one's going to begrudge that. What else are you saying down here in the comment? De Ligt and Ugarte next? No idea. De Ligt is probably going to be next. This is a very good signing, and it's great to see Ruud back, says Swizz. Here we go. The summer started. It feels like Man United were like we were plugged up until the 1st of July, and then that came out. Then Dan Ashworth was announced, and then quite a few other announcement happened after. And now it's the 11th, and we've got the first. Here we go. The first game of the season, remember, is August 7th, August 16th, August 17th, thereabouts. So we've got 5 weeks until the season starts. We've got... How many days? I can't remember. We have got 17 days from now until our first game of the preseason tour. I'm not really involving the Rangers or the Rosenborg games because they're going to be the ones where just extra games are added in for others who weren't involved in European or international football so they can get more fitness into their legs. Right, fine. The preseason starts on the 28th of July. How many signings can we have in time for that? Now, last summer, if I remember correctly, we had Mason Mount done, and he was in. And then Onana was agreed, and he flew out and joined up with us for the second game, which I think was Arsenal. That's what happened last summer. This summer, it looks like we're going to be seeing Joshua Zirkzee as part of that preseason tour. And I would hope De Ligt. They would be the two that I feel that Manchester United can get done into. Hey, look, maybe there'll be a Lenny Yoro craziness. I don't personally think so. As much as I would love that to happen, I feel like him and Madrid, yep, synergy's there. It might happen though. Man United have forced him to make a decision, but I believe that De Ligt won't be. You saw earlier. I was going to speak about in the show. Actually, I will. I'll save that for the show tomorrow morning. But man, look at that. Man, can I give a big everyone say a big up to the team that's behind United People's TV as well. We've got Ronnie, we've got George, we've got Parry, we've got Louis, we've got Steve, loads and loads of people, and we've got some seriously talented designers, man. And I believe that was Parry who did that. That beautiful number. Seeing Rude back at the club. Again, if that doesn't make you like the video, then nothing will. Come on, drop a like on the video. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. I can't wait for next season now. Do you remember how negative the feeling was towards the end of last season? Oh, it was horrible. Of course, you had the FA Cup final, but just it was pretty painful to watch Man United for a lot of last season. I wouldn't expect Manchester United, or maybe I don't know, but I wouldn't expect Manchester United to just burst into next season firing on all cylinders. We've got 2 new assistant managers. There's going to be a lot of principles that are the same, but I imagine there's going to be some switches and changes. De Ligt's going to be a massive signing in terms of actually playing like an Ajax United hybrid. Joshua Zirkzee is... Type it in the comments now, all right? Fire it in the comments. How many goals do you think he will score next season for Manchester United? Remember that Højlund got 16 in his first season, and he missed a fair bit of the season through injury. And he didn't always... we were hardly playing toward him. He had to create so much himself. How many goals do you think Zirkzee will score? I think he scored, was it 11 goals last year for Bologna? He's not a prolific goal scorer in any way, shape, or form, right? But that's going to have to be part of his development. He's 22. Right? Let me see what you're saying down here in the comments. Let's go Facebook first. Rashid, you're saying 20. Stephen, you're saying 14. Dan saying 18. James, you're saying 22. Jeez, that'll be good. We've got Anthony, you're saying 18. Darren and Nathan, you're saying 15. We've got Sonny B, you're saying 14. 20 goal involvement, says Abby. I think he got 6 assists last season as well. Something like that. Thereabouts. 15 plus. I'll say the exact same thing that I said about Rasmus Højlund. If he can get 15 or more goal involvements, no, in fact, 15 or more goals for Manchester United next season in all competitions, I think it's a very good first season. And it's going to be interesting, as I say, are we going to see it's either Rasmus Højlund up front or Zirkzee, and they chop and change? Or are we going to see Højlund starting up front and Zirkzee starting a little bit deeper, and maybe a tweak in the personnel? Because it was Garnacho who played every single game last season, and he definitely looked exhausted, but he was still doing it right at the end of the season. He was unbelievable, Garnacho, last season. In a season of such turmoil, for Garnacho and Mainu to shine in the way that they did is just outstanding testament to their attitude. But Zirkzee, if he gets 15 or more goals, for me, it's a good first season. Just like it was for Rasmus Højlund. And it could have easily been 20 for Højlund if he didn't have those injuries. But remember that Zirkzee is not particularly a prolific striker, not even positionally. So that's something that Rude's going to really, really help him with, man. Gungshi as well, you gifted 20 memberships. Yeah, it's time for Gary Neville to come out, man. Come on, because it is an absolute party in here. I love this community. It's nice when there's good news. Come on, Gary.
Oh, shit!
Someone down there saying he'll bag more than 15. Well, he might bag more than 15. But if he gets 15, I consider that a good first season for him. Let me see if there's any more news breaking, because this has been a show and a half. Jeez. Oh, I mean, that literally just happened. Right, okay. 1 second. Have that been confirmed over here? Let's have a quick peep. Boy. Ladies and gents, we're never going to get more. We're never going to get more of an announcement video than this one. I've been live and we're doing 3 announcements. This one's not as major because we already knew it, but confirmation here from Manchester United that Donny van de Beek has left and completed a permanent move to Girona. Nothing else to be said down there. That's a bit whiffy. Right, let's get what Andy Mittens had to say on it. So Donny's gone. Official confirmed. Right, there we go. Donny van de Beek from United to Girona. First ever transfer between the clubs. Fee is 500,000, rising to a possible 9.1, plus a share of any sell-on. We've seen that number reported differently. I think it was David Ornstein that said it could go up to somewhere between 15 to 20 million. And then Andy Mitten's now saying 9.1. Yeah, either way, Man United are not getting much. Someone down there, Errol, it's old news. It's so old, Errol, that it was reported quite literally 30 seconds ago. And Man United quite literally published a statement 30 seconds ago. Nice attempt at a troll, but a swing and a miss. 500 grand is poor. Really, really poor. But let's be honest, are we really going to get anything more from him? For him, I don't know. I'll speak about that a little bit more tomorrow. So let's go back to speaking about the good stuff. Let's speak about the good stuff. Anything else being said about Zirkzee? Keep firing in your questions. I'll try and answer as many as I can. Who said that men can't multitask? They lied, man. They lied. There's a video. There's a video of Donny at Girona. I don't really need to watch that. Either way, that's not much money. That's really not much money for Donny van de Beek. Well, he looks chirpy. Shouldn't laugh at that. Shouldn't laugh at that. Zirkzee first, then Ugarte. No, not Ugarte, sorry. Zirkzee first, then De Ligt. Then, I don't really know what happens after that. We're definitely signing 2 centre-backs, though. Definitely signing 2 centre-backs. The second one will... Who do you think is most likely... Type it in the comments. Type a name, right? Because I think of all the centre-backs we're linked with, it feels like De Ligt is the one that's definitely going to happen. And all the others, well, there's question marks about Branthwaite. There's question marks about Yoro. There's other ones like around Hake from Feyenoord. Who do you think will be the second centre-back? Right, let's go down here. People were saying that Zirkzee's salary is around 100k. Whatever it is, it's going to be quite similar to what Rasmus Højlund got, which is not going to break our wage structure in any way, shape or form. It's going to be very fair and reflective of a player with clear talent who's coming in but isn't anywhere near a top earner. And they can become top earners. They can get wage increases. They can get new contracts across the course of the contract. Quite a few are saying De Ligt. I know De Ligt, but who after De Ligt? All right. Quite a few of you are saying Yoro. Ricky, you're saying Branthwaite. Unless Everton randomly go, we've actually decided to not be as stubborn anymore. We actually decide we do need the money, and you can actually have him around about that price. I don't think Branthwaite's going to happen this summer. And at the same time, I look at Yoro and I go, it just feels like he would rather stay at Lille for another season and then go to Real Madrid rather than Manchester United. So it almost feels like neither of them. If I'm being totally honest, that would probably be my prediction would be that if we do sign a second centre-back after De Ligt, that it won't be Yoro and it won't be Branthwaite. I think it'll be someone else. There probably is more chance of Yoro than Branthwaite. Probably. But still, not much. I still think he wants Real Madrid. Right? You can't blame him. He wants Real Madrid. Who wouldn't blame anybody for wanting Real Madrid? They're on a different level. It's like they're the biggest club in the world and the rest are just trying to catch up to them because they've just dominated over these last 10 years. At the same time that we have just been absolutely crap. But finally got the first, here we go, the summer. July 11th. Who had July 11th in the sweepstake? Oh, speaking of sweepstake, I still need to, I've apologised about this. I need to find out who had Scotland in the sweepstake, send that back to you. And then, of course, we've got the final on Sunday. So 2 of you, whoever got England and whoever got Spain, you're going toe-to-toe for a straight-up like 350 quid. That's going to be an interesting game for both of you who are watching it. What's going to happen to AWB? We don't know. We don't know. We could sell him. I'm not going to rush to sell Wan-Bissaka. And the only reason I would sell Wan-Bissaka is if we get a good amount of money for him. Because we do need a right back. You could get Habib Ogunai, I think, I can't remember how to pronounce his name, from the academy. He was training with the first team quite a bit last season. Obviously, you've got Harry Amass, who's going to be on the left-hand side, but don't know. Someone's saying Inacio down there. I don't think it'll be Inacio too much. I don't think it'll be Bremer too much. These are the people that you're talking like 50, you're talking north of 50. You're talking like 60 plus mil. Antonio Silva goes into that category. Bremer goes into that category. And the other one you just said, I can't remember who it was. Ugarte, it could be Ugarte next, but the Ugarte stuff hasn't really gone that fast. But remember, we were thinking, oh, okay, when the Netherlands aren't in the Euros, maybe this will be sped up, and then boom. What, 18 hours after the Netherlands are knocked out? Even less. We've got the here we go on Zirkzee, and he's going to fly tonight. He might be going to the airport right now. He might be on the way to the airport, sitting there watching United People's TV, having a great time. Probably not, but he might be. No, he's definitely not. Should be though. Come on, Zirkzee. Come on for an interview. It's a good place to come. It's a good community. I'll treat you nice. Do you think Madassi will play in the new season? You know, he's still training away from the first team. No, still no one really knows. Still feels like there's a little bit of a crowd over it. No, a shroud? A cloud. Shroud. Both of those work, I think. Luchumi, someone's mentioned down there. I've spoken about him before. He got injured in the first game of Copa America. I'm not sure if he actually played after. Don't think it was a major injury because he was still in the squad. But that there, ladies and gents, that's going to be one of the best shows that we do all summer long. We got the Here We Go with Zirkzee, and we were live and direct when Manchester United announced Ruud van Nistelrooy and René Hake as Manchester United's new assistant managers. And on top of that, we got the first video of Ruud back in the Manchester rain.
Morning.
One more time. Look directly at me, Ruud. Give me a smile.
Morning.
Yeah. The future does feel pretty exciting, doesn't it? No matter what happens next season, I trust the path that we are on now. And if it all goes Pete Tong and Erik ten Hag and the football goes wrong, then Erik ten Hag will be replaced. But this club will not U-turn. This club will make a calculated decision as to exactly who comes in. And we will continue on the same path that we have now started to lay. And that's been the big difference. It's been the big thing that's taken our football club into like a spiraling downward mess. Every time we've got 6 steps down a path, we've decided to start making another path in a different direction. So we've just got all these different paths and none of them are finished. That's been the issue at our football club. So no matter what happens this season, we are heading in a direction that I hope will mean that we will win the league within the next 4 years. 5 years. 5 years. 5? No, it's been a long time. 2013 to 2020. No, 4 years. League in the next 4 years. That's the ambition for me. I'll be fine with 5, but ideally 4. Kurt saying, what about the court of arbitration for Todibo? It's a fair point, Kurt. Man United are taking not taking them there, but they're questioning whether the rule can be instigated. And I imagine, as I said, the defence writes itself. You just have to pull out the Savio to Man City story from Girona and Troyes and prove the links and prove the ownership there and say, well, how can this deal go through, but this can't? It's not one rule for us and one rule for them. I have seen the photo of Wan-Bissaka back in the gym. Has anybody else seen that? Let me pull this up. It's on our Instagram account. Come on, if you don't follow us on Instagram, what are you doing? Legitimately, the Instagram account is one of the best out there. The size of him. Absolutely whammo. I'm supposed to be going to the gym, but I've got the members only stream at 5:30. And then this has happened. Can't go to the gym now. Oh, I've got to go to the gym when it's rammed. I hate going to the gym when it's rammed. Anyway, whammo. So to finish up, right? I'll read a couple more of your comments out and I'll finish up. But Zirkzee, we've got the here we go, right? We've been waiting for it and it's there. Man United are paying 42.5 million euros, not the 40 million release clause, because then we don't have to pay all of it up front. And on top of that, we got the official confirmation from Manchester United that René Hake, he's in as assistant manager, and so is Ruud van Nistelrooy. I really want us to get an interview. Ideally with both of them, really. I'd like to know more. about René Hake. And I know a fair amount about Ruud van Nistelrooy now, but I'd like to understand a bit more. AJ, the members-only stream will be on YouTube. I'm going to have to set the stream up. I was planning on doing it, and then this happened. So you can blame the here we go. That's not my fault. But if you haven't dropped a like on the video, please do. That was a fun stream. I really enjoyed that. To Gungshi, to everybody. I'm going to read all the names out here. To Gungshi, to Nuruddin. Thank you so much, man. To... Who else? All the member comments here. Anuj and Hakan and Magmamo and Chris and Matt and Stu. All of you for gifting memberships. All of you, please join the Discord and make sure you jump in the members only stream that's going on at 5:30. We're going to talk about everything. It won't just be football. It'll be fun. It'll be informal. And it's my way of just connecting to you a little bit closer as a community. I'm looking forward to the new season. And we're going to have 2 new assistant managers. And we are going to have a new striker. Is he a striker? Is he a centre forward? Is he a number 10? I would probably put Joshua Zirkzee's position down as a supporting striker. He's going to float in between the number 9 and in between the number 10. But it doesn't mean that he can't finish, and it doesn't mean that he can't drop deep. That's why his profile got called the unicorn profile, because it's kind of rare that you find somebody of that size and stature who can actually play with the ball at his feet. Make sure you check out the transfer profile on him. We will have the level 2, which is like how he fits in at United. That'll come a little bit further down the line. But boy, 3 here we goes in one stream. I mean, that's pretty much as good as you're going to get. Take it easy, everybody. Have a cracking day. And maybe I'll drop the Ruud van Nistelrooy deep dive at 6. We'll decide.